Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Teatime Thoughts, the channel where we discuss thoughts and drink tea. Fun fact, I decided to start filming some shorts. I can make a lot of them in a very short period of time, which is why I was really excited to jump on the shorts bandwagon. So I made one. It did okay, so I made another one. To my amazement, it got 123 views in like 10 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, this is it. This is it. This is my breakout. I found my niche. Hooray! And then my views dropped to 15, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, so I had to look it up. Turns out 108 of those 123 views were made by bots. I had nothing to do with that. I just noticed my view count going way up, and then I noticed it tanked, and I'm like, how does somebody unview something? Well, it turns out YouTube audits every single view that a video gets, and I guess a lot of bots viewed my video. I don't know exactly why I was a target for a crap ton of bot views. Don't know what happened, but apparently I have lots of robot friends out there, so, you know, thank you to my robot friends for trying to support my channel.
I also care deeply about things that remind me of myself.
You're both alcoholic, whoremongering, chain-smoking gamblers?
Cut!
All I can think is that's either a really good sign or it's a really bad sign. No idea. But I know a lot of you like my longer videos, so today we're going to answer the age-old question of Reddit. Are they the butthole? Let's jump right in, shall we? Am I the butthole for participating in a tradition that means my kids don't open gifts on their own birthdays? Okay. Growing up, we always had a tradition where instead of receiving gifts on your birthday, you would give gifts to the others in your family. At your friend party, you would still get gifts from the other kids, but with your family, you'd pass out your gifts and then everyone had cake together. This is an interesting tradition I've never heard of. I absolutely loved it. I spent the weeks leading up to my birthday excited to pick out the gifts and see what everyone's reactions would be, especially my two little siblings who'd light up even if all they got was a piece of cheap candy. They're so easy to please, aren't they? So when I had my kids, we kept it going. I'd take them out to pick out something for mom, me, grandma, aunt, uncle, two cousins, 10 and 7. It's never anything big. And as they're young, I pay for them. So my 5-year-old daughter's birthday is coming up, and I've started dating since her last birthday. Oh no, clash of cultures. And she asked me if she should get a gift for Robert too. I guess that's the partner, the new partner. Oh, hi Robert. Welcome to the madness. Robert was confused and asked what she meant, and we clarified that we give to others on our own birthdays. He wouldn't have known this because my other child's birthday is 2 weeks after my 5-year-old's, and he had to go out of town over mine last year. He asked to talk to me. He said that is a terrible way to approach things. My daughter isn't even going to get presents on her birthday. He said he'd never do that, and if that's how it is, then don't expect him to come to the party. But I mean, that's what she's used to. I'm conflicted. I am too, I have to be honest. My daughter has shown no signs that she's displeased with the goings-on. She keeps asking when we're going to pick the gifts out. She also receives presents all through the year from the other family members, so it's not like she doesn't get anything. Right, yes. See, on the surface, this sounds weird, but I thought about it for a second. And I was like, okay, so in normal families, normal birthdays, standard birthday, whatever, don't cancel me.
Come on, guys, we've got one shot at this.
Under typical circumstances, you get gifts one day of the year when it comes to birthdays. But let's say you're in a family of 7. Instead of getting gifts on one day, you get gifts on 6 days. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is the better deal. However, she's not going to have a school/friends party as she's not in kindergarten yet. In what universe does your child not make friends until they hit kindergarten? I don't know, maybe it was me. My best friend goes back to nursery school. And it is true that a core childhood experience is opening birthday gifts. Well, yeah, but she is opening birthday gifts, just on other people's birthdays. So let's assume you're a family of 4. She's gonna get 4 days of opening presents as opposed to 1 day with the whole traditional birthday model. Again, I kind of think the kids are cleaning up on this one. If I were a kid, I'd be chomping at the bit for this one. I think that you have a very bizarre family tradition, and far be it for me to say whether it's right or wrong. I also understand that somebody coming into this would think it's a little bit weird. And I think too, he's not really sure of how to like culturally approach this one because it is so very weird. But I mean, again, the inner child in me is just saying more presents. Next. Am I the butthole for participating in a tradition that, oh, I added it twice. idiot.
You are fired.
Am I the butthole for not letting my wife go to medical school? So Reddit doesn't think so, but the title is kind of clickbaity because it sounds really bad on the surface. I have a wife who stays home and takes care of our 2 children. I am relatively wealthy, a software engineer. How'd you work that, OP? I have been trying to be financially responsible to save money for retirement and my children's college. After getting into a few medical TV shows, my wife had an obsession with becoming a doctor and has been trying to convince me to pay for her application. Here it is. Yeah, I see why he's not the butthole. I think I see. And has been trying to convince me to pay for her applications to multiple medical schools. I think this is a stupid decision because my wife has been out of her communications degree. That's a normal jump, going from communications to science, for 11 years now, and she hasn't even taken the MCAT or anything like that. And if by some slim chance she gets into medical school, I don't know how slim it is, you'd know better than me, but her tuition would wreck our finances and cause all sorts of problems with childcare. I tried explaining to her that this decision isn't realistic and suggested that she try to do some other training like being a CNA to get a taste for the medical field first, but she got mad at me and said that I'm stealing away her career aspirations. Am I the butthole? So he's added some excerpts from his comments so that he can further explain his position. So let's see. I told her I would support her taking a smaller step into the medical field by becoming a CNA or nurse first because it's more realistic for her to get, yeah, he's explained this. Also, I never forced her to stay home and do childcare. I do a third of the housework on top of my job. And she asked to stay home since we got married, and she's just recently changed her mind. Yeah, because of the TV show she's been watching. And then he responds to someone, I understand your concern. I don't overly restrict her spending, and any financial rule we create that is imposed on her is also imposed on me. All large-scale financial decisions over $1,000 have to be approved by both of us to occur. We can buy necessities and anything we want underneath $1,000 occasionally. Since her 50 applications exceed that $1,000, we both need to approve it, and I don't approve at all. Second edit. More context from relevant things I addressed in comments. Additionally, my wife is refusing to take the MCAT. Wait, what? I thought she wanted to take the MCAT. What's going on? Despite my encouragement to do so first, because she thinks studying for it will slow down her timeline. I know what's going on here, and he is not the butthole. And to those who are suggesting I agree to let her apply to fewer schools, she does not like that compromise. She insists that she has to maximize her chances by applying to at least 50. That's, coming out of high school, going into a very, very competitive degree, I did not apply to 50. I applied to maybe like 7, and I got into my second choice school. I think I definitely know what's going on here. She also doesn't like the compromise I offered of trying another medical career first, like nursing. I actually think that's perfectly reasonable, and I'll tell you why you're not the butthole, OP. You're not the butthole because you know your wife. She appears to be suffering from shiny thing syndrome. She sees something on TV, she sees something that impresses her out there in the world, somewhere in popular culture, whatever, and she gets really fixated on it, super fixated on it, until the next shiny thing comes along, at which point any money or time she sunk into the other shiny thing is completely wasted. I wouldn't put money into that. I would not bet on that horse. I think the most important investment you can give her right now is therapy. Therapy to get her past being a shiny thing victim and to move on to knowing herself better, understanding the things that she wants out of life, and then going for something reasonable and working her way toward her dream. That's what I think. Not the butthole. Am I the butthole for inviting my girlfriend to my birthday? I hope not. What, do your parents not like her or something? Am I the butthole for inviting my girlfriend to my birthday party? I live in a house of 5 flatmates. We are 3 boys and 2 girls, all aged between 21 and 22. We are all in relationships of varying lengths except for one. Let's call him Greg. And our partners visit us and are generally friendly with everyone. Greg is a great guy, but he has some qualities that make dating difficult for him. And in addition, he's also a very anxious person. This is manifested in him feeling down whenever multiple partners are at the place at one time. And I get it. He feels like he has no one but himself. On a few occasions, he has asked for people not to have partners over, etc. Wow. Which they have complied with, or gone to their partner's place instead. Wow. Now Greg and I share a birthday. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Oh, I can, OP. We've known each other a few years and have always done a joint birthday party, but that's a mistake. I wasn't with my girlfriend last year. Exactly. So I brought a girl I was seeing at the time. This upset him somewhat because it's his day too. Oh, Greg sounds like a bridezilla, but it's also your day too. Basically, Greg asked me not to invite my girlfriend this time, but I did. Yeah. Who are you more concerned about pissing off? He was obviously upset all day. Apparently I ruined his birthday because I brought my girlfriend. Please bear in mind, other people with partners came too, but because he asked me specifically, this is all on me. Am I the butthole? No, you're not. This is weird. This is really, really weird. Why is Greg not okay with this? I don't understand why it's you and nobody else. Everybody else brought their partners, but you're not allowed to. And he's being weird because he doesn't have a part. I don't understand what's happening here. And plus it's your birthday. It's his birthday. It's also your birthday. And if he's going to be weird and insisting that your joint birthday has to follow his rules completely, then may I suggest do not do joint birthdays with this complete butthole anymore. Greg needs therapy. Greg needs serious therapy. That's not on you, not the butthole.